I'd love to get to talk about some DJ trivia. The great logo on your shirt here. I'd love to hear. Really, well, let's start with this. Is DJ trivia? Is this a well-known thing, or is this something that you started to come up with?
I certainly did not come up with it. I wish I had. DJ trivia has actually been around for about 20 years, a little over 20 years, developed by the man who owns the company, Mark Wilkins. He lives out in Georgia. And it started out very small, and then he started participating in shows around the country that were geared towards DJs, and the big ones being in Vegas. And as years went on, it grew and it grew. So how I got involved is my wife and I took a cruise back in, 2013. It was sponsored by Mobile Beat. So Mobile Beat is the company that is geared towards people in the entertainment industry.
Sure.
And on the cruise, it was a business expense, so that was great.
Nice.
It was a business cruise, although she lounged on the deck and drank whatever drink she was in. She had in her hand at the time. I was going to the seminars and things.
Yeah.
And there were boring ones, and there were kind of sort of interesting ones. There were, how to improve your website, how to determine if one is an A, B, C, or D personality, things like that. But the one that really caught my eye was DJ trivia. So Dave, who lives out in Michigan, who became Mark's partner in business eventually, conducted the seminar, and he and I talked for a while. And as fate would have it, at dinner every single night for the entire cruise, I sat next to Dave.
Yeah.
And so we got to know each other, and I said, hey, this is something I want to do. And my wife, being the go-getter that she is, pushed me because I really wasn't sure. But she said, Craig, you can do this. So I did. So I bought into it. And the way DJ Trivia works is you purchase a county. So I purchased Butler County, I guess, late 2013, early 2014. And wasn't sure how it would go because nobody around here knew trivia. Everybody and their brother, every bar in Butler did karaoke.
Sure.
And I can remember going to bars and trying to talk with the manager or whoever I needed to speak with to get trivia in. And they'd be like, we got karaoke. We don't need trivia. So, okay. So.
Little did they know.
One night, myself, a good friend of mine, Tom, and my nephew, Will, are out for dinner and a few drinks at the Runway, which is now closed. It became something else, and now it's Cervantes. But we're just having dinner. And Dina, the manager, came to our table, asked if everything's okay. And my doggone nephew, Will, looks up and says, hey, you want to try trivia? And she said, sure, tell me more. So I was like, all right, I'll tell you about it. And that was my very first venue, the Runway.
Wow.
And it was amazing to me that this product that I was representing here in Butler could bring in 30, and then 40, and then 45, and then 50, and then 60 people. And it's just grown. It's grown. I've got to say I am proud of the fact that I'm involved with DJ Trivia. It's a great company, run by a couple great guys, and who take care of you. And I'm proud of the fact that I've gotten the venues that I have.
Yeah.
And not only from a business aspect, but also a personal aspect, because I've become friends not only with the people that work in the venues and the people that run the venues, but the players.
Yeah.
I can tell you that honestly, I probably know every one of their first names.
Yeah.
And we've gotten to know each other on a real personal level. So now COVID, of course, has taken its toll, but
Sure.
but I don't want to dwell on that because we're not the only ones.
Sure.
In fact, I just said I don't want to dwell on it, but I will say that even though the whole COVID thing really took a toll on my trivia business, and I went from 30 venues down to 0, then as things started to open up and are still opening up, I'm getting back on track slowly but surely.
That's great.
So I'm fortunate because out in California, again, this is a nationwide company.
Yeah.
Started out, like I said, with those two guys, and then they call us affiliates. More and more affiliates came on. I got on board probably maybe on the 14th or 15th affiliate, and there's like 60 of us now.
Wow,
so it's a nationwide company.
And growing.
Yeah, and growing. We've got our own Facebook page that's just for us, and it really, I feel bad for the guys like out in California. They have no idea when they're going to get going again. So I'm fortunate in that aspect.
Yeah. I'm so glad.